And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them. Okay, they're gonna take them, and what they're gonna do with them? Take them captive, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So like here, who's oppressing Israel right at this moment? You know, so-called white man, Esau. So this is the paradigm shift. We're gonna wind up having them and all the other nations, because the other nations are oppressing us as well too. You know, we're gonna have them in subjection. Next precept is in the book of Isaiah, chapter 49, verse 22. It says, Thus saith Yahweh power, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles and set a standard to the people. Okay? And so right now, that's what you're seeing. It says, I will lift my hand to the Gentiles and set a standard to my people. Okay? And on the highways and the byways, these videos and all this stuff, this is the standard. Live by this standard, you know what I'm saying? More or less to say, in the standards we have, look, we don't eat swine, you know, we don't cut our beards, we don't mar the edges of our, you know, we don't get lineups, we don't sleep with other men's women, you know. This is that standard we setting up, you know. A couple of years back, before a lot of people came into the knowledge of the, you know, the truth of being an Israelite, you know, they wanted to take pride in sleeping with other men's women, and Lord willing, you know, some of those brothers who was doing that came into this truth, they didn't stop that, you know. It says, it shall set up a standard to my people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and their daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. Okay, talking about our, you know, our offspring and our kids, basically our offspring, the people coming from us. You know, we were scattered into the four corners of the earth, and they're gonna want to bringing them back, bringing everybody back home. You know. It says, verse 23, and the kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. Okay, so to be a, you know, a nursing father and a nursing mother is more or less to say a like a babysitter, a midwife, or a maid or something like that. You know, it's basically like a servant inside the house. You know, you got a servant to help you do something, like, hey man, go fix me something to eat, go do this and go do that. It says, and kings shall be thy nursing father. So your so-called servant, you know, your maids, you know, kings and queens are gonna be your maids, more or less to say. Your babysitters, your so-called do boys, your servants, you know, they're gonna want to go do that. When you say, hey, look, my throat is parched, I need some water, you're gonna get one of these kings like Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, or something of that sort, to go get this for you, you know, one of the nobles, not one of their peasants, one of the nobles. Okay. And they shall bow down to thee with their faces towards the earth. Okay, so who's gonna be doing the bowing down? Okay, the kings and the queens, the top of them, you know. And if the top of them is doing that, think about the rest of the ones that fall beneath them. It says, and they shall bow down to thee with their faces towards the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet, that thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. For they shall not be ashamed, they that wait on me. Okay. So again, we could talking about the kingdom of heaven and things that's inside the kingdom of heaven. You're going to wind up having slaves, you know. They're going to wind up coming down and bowing down unto you and kissing your feet, you know. And like exactly like how they should, you know, in a righteous kingdom. Next deal we jumping into is Isaiah chapter 60. I'm going to start at verse 4. Lift up thy eyes round about and see. Okay, now we talking about again inside the kingdom of heaven. And this commander is look around you and see what you see. And this we're going to describe what he sees. Lift up thy eyes round about and see. All they gathered themselves together. Okay, so everybody's gathering around together. They come to thee. Okay, they're going to start coming unto you for what reasons? Just like here in America. All these other nations, they starting to come over to America, you know, for different things, you know. Basically to come up. All they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thy sons shall come from far, thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. Okay, like we just read. Then shalt thou see and flowing together, and thy heart shall fear. Okay, you're gonna basically hit the lotto. You're gonna hit the lotto for the biggest jackpot. You're like, oh damn, I done just hit for 100 billion. Oh, hold on, I gotta sit down. I'm about to pass out. One of these moments. Thou shalt see, and flowing together, thy heart shall fear and be enlarged, because of the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. Okay, now the sea is representation of the people. Like you go to a concert, they say, I see a sea of people. A football game, I see a sea of people. You see them moving up and down in a wave. Like it says, thou shalt see flowing together, and thy heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. So right now you at the bottom of the bottom. You going to the Amscot, paycheck to paycheck, borrowing money, getting carpool, riding with somebody else. You ain't got your own car, staying with somebody else. You ain't got your own house. You're doing all this stuff just to get by. But it says, the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. Okay? The abundance of the sea. All the other people, all the things they got, all the abundance of things that they got, going to wind up being converted unto you. You at the bottom of the barrel. You barely got a piece of dust to sit there and rest on the bottom of your foot. So all that you lacking going to wind up being converted unto you. This is why it's going to be like, oh shit, I hit the lotto moment. Okay? It says, because of the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee, the forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. Okay? They going to be bring you all kind of shit, and we're about to read it. The multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dormities of Midian and Ephah, and all they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense. They shall show forth praises of Yahweh. Okay? They can keep on reading on down. It's just telling you more and more blessings, they're going to wind up doing. Basically, everybody going to be coming to you. People going to come from around the globe, basically, all day, every day, just to give you riches and stuff, They're going to be like, oh, Lord, oh, Master, I found this extra piece of dirt. I had one extra piece of dirt between my toes, and I thought I'd offer it up to you, they're not going to be saying nothing like that, but, that's just the analogy. Something as small and minuscule as that, they're going to wind up even be giving that over. How much more anything greater than that, It says, hold on, we're going to skip that. Verse 10. It's verse 10. The sons of strangers, okay? Now, these strangers that we're talking about is another word here for like heathens, non-Israelites. The sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, okay? Just like how Donald Trump got the sons of strangers unto him trying to build up his wall, the so-called Great Wall of Mexico or America. The sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, okay? Or more or less the boundaries of your city, the protection, They're going to be doing all the slave labor work. The son of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. So you're going to have their kings and their noble ones right now, and you the ones telling them, not necessarily telling them what to do, but you giving them your opinion, and they can be like, I don't give a damn, keep it moving. I'm the leader of the United States, But at this point in time, it's going to be vice versa, You're going to be like coming to King Trump or whatever. You're going to be like, so Donald, I'm going to need you to help me make this decision. Should I kill you, bring you back, and put you back, back in your body again? Or should I let him do this, It says, the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have showed mercy unto thee. Therefore thy gate shall be open continually. Okay? Thy gates. The gates is the opening of the cities. Our city is going to be open all day, every day. 24 hours. We're going to be like that 7-Eleven. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men shall bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, that their kings may be brought. Okay? So we're going to have an abundance of slaves just constantly coming in, but an abundance of riches and all that coming in the kingdom of heaven. Verse 12. And if you don't want to be a slave, you don't think you're going to have slaves and stuff like this, this is, what Yahushua said, compared in Luke chapter 19. But this is still in Isaiah 60 and 12. For the nation and the kingdom that will not serve thee, shall perish, yea, that nation shall be utterly wasted. So any nation that don't want to, get in a subjection, they're going to basically be put to death. The only nation that's going to really happen to is Esau, I'm going to jump to verse 14. The sons of them that have afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee. They that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the sole of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. So again, we talking about people coming down, bowing down. Okay? The sons of them that afflicted thee. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So we see that same cycle, Jacob and Esau here. They shall bow down to the soles of thy feet. These people going to be bowing down. If you bow down to somebody, that means you giving your sovereignty, your power over unto them, Verse 12. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency of many generations. So right now, people are like, oh, no, we don't want them niggas over here doing this and that. But in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be pretty much that monument, I'm going to just read down to 18. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles and shall suck the breast of kings. Okay? Sucking the milk of Gentiles and the breast of kings. What is that referring to, When a baby is born, a baby is being breastfed, getting the nutrients, is being provided for by the mother, being provided for. Somebody else is giving them the food. They had to go get the food and all that stuff. So it says, thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles and thou shalt suck the breast of kings, They're going to be the ones giving us the nourishment. We're not going to have to work for them. We're not going to have to go out and plow our own field. We're going to wind up having that being done by our servants. It says, thou shalt also suck the milk out of the Gentiles and suck the breast of kings. Thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, am thy Savior, and the Redeemer, and Holy One Israel. For brass I will bring gold, for iron I will bring silver, for wood, brass, for stones, iron. Okay? So whatever we ask for, the Most High going to go up above that, It says, for brass I'll bring gold. For like one of the lowest quality of the metallic metals, brass, you're going to ask for the low stuff, and I'm going to give you the highest of the high, Verse 18. Violence shall be no more heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt be called the walls of salvation, and thy gates praise. So again, you ain't gonna have no more hoods, ghettos. You're not gonna have none of that stuff no more. Okay, you're not gonna have fluoride in the water, none of that stuff. A couple more scriptures we're gonna wrap up. This is the book of John, chapter 14. I'm gonna read verse 11 and 12. It says, "Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake." Okay. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do. Okay? Because I go unto the Father. I wanted to bring that out because it says, he, and that I do, he also, let me just read the whole verse again. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also. Okay, so we're going to get into some of the works that Yahushua did. Like we read earlier, it says joint heirs, This is the book of John, chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 16. And when even was now come, his disciples went down into the sea and entered into the ship and went over the sea towards Capernaum. And it was now dark, and Yahushua was not come to them. Slakia. Tired. It is super late, And it was now dark, and Yahushua had not come unto them. Verse 18. And the sea arose by reason of a great wind that blew. Okay. So there was a storm that happened. They was in a boat. There was a storm that happened. So when they had rowed about 20 when they had rowed about 25 or 30 furlongs, they saw Yahushua walking on the sea, drawing nigh unto him, drawing nigh unto the ship, and they were afraid. And he said unto them, It is I, be not afraid. Then they willingly received him in the ship, and immediately the ship was at land whither it went, So I had to, bring out the context of what we was reading, and, they was inside a boat, and Yahushua was on the other side. He started, walking out towards them, But then it says, also Yahushua walked on the water at that point in time, spiritual power. And when you get into the account where Peter was there, Peter was getting a taste of that at that point in time. But it says, I lost my spot here. Oh, it says here in verse 21, then they willingly received him into the ship. Okay. So they was in a boat and they saw Yahushua walking out. And they thought, we didn't know who that was. Then they finally figured it out. They got him onto the boat. He walked out to them. It says, then they willingly received him into the ship, and immediately the ship was at land whither they went, So Yahushua wound up not only, walking out on the water, but he also got in his boat and transported this boat to another location, like in the movie Jumper, There's nothing new under the sun. This is where they get all these stories and stuff from, Movie Jumper basically come right out of the scripts, We're going to end off here. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, and verse 31. But they that wait upon me, they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Okay? They're going to mount up with wings as eagles. It's talking about us. We're going to be flying at that point in time. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint, This is where they get a lot of these superheroes from. They're going to mount up wings as in heaven. Hancock, Superman, any flying being, And then they shall run and not be weary, Talking on, this is pretty much speaking about, what is that guy named? The Flash. The Flash can, I don't know how they say it, I never really watched The Flash, but they say he can span the earth and, so many times in so many seconds, They're going to run and not be weary. We're not going to also get tired. You're going to have a great stamina. They shall walk and not faint. Okay? Just getting into some of the spiritual powers that we're going to wind up inheriting, This is just getting into overall, because we're about to hit that hour mark. This is getting in overall to some of the things that's going to be in the kingdom of heaven. We read about multiple women having lots of kids, spiritual powers, being like the Flash, running, flying, like in the movie Jumper, jumping objects, jumping, what do they call it? Teleportation or instant transmission. We read about, like I said, slaves in the kingdom. We read about quite a few things, how the kingdom of heaven is going to be like. Most importantly, the kingdom of heaven is going to be right here on earth, We read about how the law is going to be written in our inward parts, A lot of the little things. But with that, Lord willing, this video was edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close it out here by saying, Call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and rule well. And salutations to you brothers pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Shalom.